I'm Rafael Sulit. I'm a business leader and vice president in the U.S. Brand Marketing Group at Mastercard Worldwide, where I've been since 2003. I have a unique role in that I manage our brand both to our business-to-business audiences as well as our consumer. So our customer is our issuing bank customers, our merchant retail partners, and of course our consumers, our cardholders. So I started the company managing the Priceless campaign integrated across all our various channels and business units targeted to our consumers. For the last several years, I've been focused on corporate and B2B, managing our Advancing Commerce campaign, which is our unified platform, which is designed to help generate leads for our business development group, targeted to the issuing banks and some of our other B2B partners. These days, I have a dual role. I continue with corporate and B2B, and I'm also helping with lead social media strategy for our Priceless Cities campaign in New York, which is the evolution of Priceless, our campaign which we've been running since 1997. And that is designed to evolve the campaign to deliver unique experiences that only Mastercard could deliver to its consumers. But we constantly look at online video, whether it's webisode, actually created by the agency on behalf of the corporate side, as well as user-generated video, which, depending on the content, we're very big fans of. There's no general rule. Online video, we feel anything online that we put into our social channels or our Mastercard-sponsored sites definitely generate more engagement. We've seen that with some of the Priceless New York vignettes that we put on our Mastercard Facebook page or our Twitter page, as well as our YouTube channels. But we're constantly monitoring it. We go to market always looking at the right mix, not doing the mix for mix's sake, but making sure that we're targeting all the aforementioned audiences I mentioned before, namely consumers, so that we're connecting with consumers at that most aperture moment when they're going to be most prone to pull out a Mastercard card at the top of their wallet and use it at the point of purchase or online. When it comes to social media, I definitely encourage you to follow our latest and greatest on our Facebook page, our Twitter channel, as well as our YouTube channel. We use social media both in consumer, so Mastercard, the Mastercard Facebook page, as well as Mastercard on Twitter, and we also have a corporate channel on Twitter, which is Mastercard News. We also have a corporate channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Mastercard Worldwide. It's important to have both and making sure that they complement each other, because again, our brand impression must end with the consumer, but it's important to deliver that brand affection to our issuing bank customers, to our retail partners, and then ultimately the consumer. That's how we're using it right now. We're using a lot of outbound messaging through our community management, and we're also exploring more social media stunts to help spike activity. More to follow on that, and you could learn more if you follow us on those pages. Oh, I forgot one more. We're also most recently launched our Foursquare channel, where as part of the Priceless Cities campaign, when we're just scratching the surface for Foursquare, but if you check into one of our partners, for example, Time Warner Center, you check into Foursquare on your iPhone, and you get a tip for the various priceless experiences that you as a consumer can enjoy while in the Time Warner Center. And if you haven't been there, it is amazing. Mobile is critically important. I actually mentioned earlier in the panel that I served on is that I'm a big fan of exploring what you don't know. And I feel exploring what you don't know is keeping a pulse on what's going on in the other global regions. And what's great about working at Mastercard is I'm part of a global organization where just at a flip of a switch on my computer or dial into a webcast or just plain traveling, I'm aware of the other innovations going on in other markets. So I think I speak for my colleagues, don't have a isolationist attitude. We're always looking at unique offerings and marketing and product innovations from the regions. I mean, if you in a market like the Philippines, they've been in mobile commerce for 10 years, and in the United States is just scratching the surface. So I think mobile from a commerce perspective, and as a result of that from a marketing perspective, is going to continue to explode. And not just mobile. I'm a big fan of exploring, well, what's the next What's the next platform? What's the next killer app? And I think it's important as a marketer to continually have the world is flat attitude and to continue to be open to exploring the unknown. When it comes to digital working better than traditional, it's important to look at a blended dashboard. I feel these days traditional media channels have its key role is driving to a landing page or to a search, and that definitely is the case with financial services, with technology companies, and even in the brick and mortar and consumer packaged goods world. I think my search media analyst on the agency side likes the fact that I'm a big promoter of the fact that, in my opinion, I feel that when consumers see, or business executives see messages in traditional advertising tactics, they don't necessarily remember a specific URL. They're remembering the brand, or they're remembering something about it that resonated with them. So the first place they're going to go is to Google or to Bing, or for those that are still on Yahoo, definitely go on Yahoo. We have an analytics group in our marketing department, and it's important to have, if the resources allow, an analytics group on the agency side so that they can face off with each other and ensure that there's constant learning going on. So again, just going to the blended dashboard, I feel you should look at brand tracking, looking at how you're closing the gap on competitors, looking at key measures such as willingness to recommend. Look at the digital performance metrics as defined by your technology group on the corporate side, or those who are applying floodlight tags on the agency side. Taking a look at that data, and then finally the business results. And consumer side, it might be the sale, it might be top line revenue, it might be a deal at an auto dealer, depending on what your business model is. And on the B2B side, it might be lead generation through Salesforce.com. That blend of the three should be looked at. I don't only look at the digital analytics alone. I believe that social's here to stay. Well, no kidding. But this is why I like to promote embracing social, whether as a marketing or communications professional or as a consumer. You know, all marketers need to act like consumers. And I think the way to embrace social is from the consumer, from the B2B angle, and also embracing social from a paid media perspective and also from the earned media perspective. I feel a lot of the times the paid media will help generate the earned exposure, and sometimes the earned exposure may actually lead towards a transaction. So it's so important that marketing and corporate and PR communications or social media communications, no matter how you, no matter what you call it, work closely together, because paid media, earned media is here to stay. It's going to happen on social channels, and once social commerce starts to explode, it's going to be important to know the paid and the earned media angle. What I want to get out of the Brand Innovators Summit is learning what I don't know. That's what I was talking about this in the panel I served on. Is I love going to work every day expecting to be surprised. I think it's important to put yourself in uncomfortable positions, and it's important to make sure that you're open to learn what you don't know. And I have to say, just in the last few hours, I took so many notes from everyone from Guilt to the social media strategist from New York Life, who I thought was terrific, and Tim from Zenith Media. Just and there's countless others. Also, how could I forget Rick and Ron, my panel that I serve with on integrated slice of the pie. It's so important to learn from your peers and explore best practices and bring it home, but not just bring it home, apply it.